Hey guys, just showing you Bella. Oh my god, Bella. Okay, I'll let you down. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys how big she's gotten, but looks like she wanted to play. But I basically lately I've been doing 1P LSD either once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks, and the doses that I'm taking are anywhere from like 230 micrograms to I think 280, and I've been starting to come to the conclusion that LSD type molecules, and the reason why I'm kind of adding 1P LSD with LSD interchangeably is just because it's considered to be a prodrug, so it's pretty much the same thing. Experiential wise, because your body sort of breaks it down into LSD, so you're not really getting anything different. I've sort of been coming to the conclusion that it definitely is a lot weaker than mushrooms or 4-ACO-DMT. A lot of people will ask questions about what's a good beginner psychedelic, and a lot of people say mushrooms over LSD, but I think that's incorrect, because I see people taking, like, I don't know, something close to maybe 5 or 6 tabs worth, but these are pretty much untested potency. I think that people think that they're dosing more than they are. A lot of times you can see pictures of people dropping 10 tabs of LSD and claiming they're all like 100 micrograms each. I'm starting to think that a lot of them are dosing a lot lower. The 1P LSD that I have is a lot more reliable, just because it comes from a vendor and they're micro pellets, so I'm pretty sure the dose is accurate on it. And even at 280 micrograms, it's reasonably intense, but it's nothing anywhere close to mushroom experiences or 4-ACO-DMT experiences. For one thing, I never have entity contact. I'm not sure how much I would need to take to have that kind of experience, but if you contrast that with 4-ACO-DMT or mushrooms, I can experience entity contact at a much lower dose in comparison. If you look at the Irowid dosage levels, basically, they give you kind of a comparison of what dose equals the intent, like how it says light, medium, high, and then heavy dose. It seems as if the heavy dose for LSD is nowhere near as intense as the heavy dose for mushrooms or for 4-ACO-DMT. And I think that this has pretty much been my conclusion, because even the last trip that I had, it was at 230 micrograms, and I had some, I posted on Reddit for my piano performance, and someone made some critique of it, and for the whole trip, I basically didn't experience anything. I was just sort of locked in the critique that the guy made, because he made it right when I was starting the trips, so I was going into the trip kind of thinking, oh man, I gotta fix whatever was wrong with that thing. So I basically didn't have an experience at all, or much of a psychedelic experience at all, because my mind was so preoccupied with that feedback. So something like that wouldn't happen with 4-ACO-DMT or mushrooms. I would completely be overpowered by the experience. But since it was LSD, it didn't really overpower my thoughts, and basically it just didn't deliver the kind of power that I'm looking for. I feel as if it's more of a recreational thing every time that I'm taking 1P LSD than it is anything psychonaut related, just because I'm not really experiencing anything profound, and maybe it's just me, I don't know, but I think that the consensus is that LSD is a lot less potent than 4-ACO-DMT, or mushrooms. So when people are talking about what should be a beginner psychedelic, I'm assuming that it should probably be LSD. I mean, I tried mushrooms for my first time, but I just did a low dose. But once you get past like 3 grams with mushrooms, it can get pretty powerful, and much more powerful than LSD. I think you have to take a lot of LSD. I've only done up to around 300 micrograms, so I don't really know how far it goes, but with the micropellets that I'm using, I know the exact dose, because these are kind of professionally sort of put together, and it's not really just out of anywhere or off the black market or something like that, or off the street with normal tabs. So I pretty well know what I'm getting, but it's just I'm a little bit disappointed or underwhelmed by the experience. So probably for like my next trip, I probably would want to do 4-ACO-DMT. I've been still trying to build up the courage to smoke DMT, but I've just been so busy to kind of put the work in to sort of prepare myself mentally. I kind of have to sort of psych myself into it. So yeah, if anyone wanted to wonder what a good beginner psychedelic would be, it's definitely not mushrooms. I would say that it's LSD, mushrooms, and then DMT or whatever. I'm sure salvia is probably somewhere in the further area. Some people try to claim that salvia is more intense than DMT, but I don't really know. Maybe they're on the same level. It's hard to really tell, but that's just been my experience. I'm gonna probably share a trip report with you guys the next time that I have one. It'll probably be 4-ACO-DMT or something. I was assuming that it wasn't really worth sharing trip reports with 1-PLSD, just because they weren't really that profound of an experience for me. So I'd rather just share experiences that I think that are interesting or something to talk about. So that's about it. Just saying hello to you guys. It's been a while since I posted. Yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Peace out.